Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we're going to go over the major WWE rule change for Raw and SmackDown.
Most AEW wrestlers do not want CM Punk back.
I'm shocked by that one. The next WWE Hall of Fame inductee has been announced.
And is WWE set to introduce a new world title belt design? I'm Adam Wilborn.
I hope so.
And this is the news.
Not that there's anything wrong with the current ones, but it's good to freshen things up. Anyway, speaking of freshening things up, Brand to Brand Invitational, remember that?
Sort of.
Yes, dead.
Thank God.
Dead. This isn't necessarily... This is kind of like confirmation of something many people would assumed because it hasn't been mentioned in like a year and a half. But yeah, Fightful Select coming through with this scoop ski last night, noting that backstage it has one creative team member noted that they hadn't heard it mentioned at all last year, and they didn't expect it to come up unless it was like a memory jogging kind of thing, while another source stated that it hadn't been brought up at all since Triple H became head of creative, which was last July, so that's a long ass time. So originally, this rule came in and it was, hey wrestler, you can go, if you're a Raw wrestler, you can go to SmackDown once a quarter, and if you're a SmackDown wrestler, you can go to Raw once a quarter.
They just made it up as they went along,
Yeah,
didn't they?
they did. So like the wild card rule, and
like... R.I.P.
Yeah, Raw After Dark, and like, I assume like the 2 out of 3 Falls match era and all that stuff. It was it was an attempt to boosting ratings, but like these things... It was kind of forgotten about quite quickly.
I love the fact they tried all of these things to boost the ratings. This bollocks wildcard rule that they broke on the first night. Like 4 people and 6 people.
It was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even close.
Oh, Shane doesn't count.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Then the 2 out of 3 falls, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, people won't watch through a break, so we'll do a pinfall beforehand to get them excited.
Yeah.
The brand-to-brand invitational, all they really needed to do was get more viewers and, and enthuse them in the product more. It's get rid of the old git at the top and put Triple H in charge of creative.
Yeah, I think writing a good show is probably more effective at doing that. But yeah, they always come up with these rules when they have the brand split because they don't want people to be totally locked into one brand, which I get, I understand, obviously, but they break them straight away, brother. Yeah. So it's like, I think the current thing is good, right? The rule isn't strictly enforced. People just kind of...
Fluid, yeah.
Yeah, it's fluid, but you primarily associate certain people with certain brands. I think it's pretty good to have it.
Nice surprise to have Gunther on Raw, for example, last night.
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine the way it is.
Yeah,
We don't need these gimmick rules. Vince or Paul or whoever, I don't know.
It was just nonsense. They never stuck to it anyway, so I'm glad it's gone.
Brand to brand invitational. Finished.
Officially finished.
There you go, the pinnacle.
Let's talk a little bit about Punk. Oh no, that just works. CM Punk, to be specific. Obviously, loads of speculation. At one point last week, there was a story that he was coming back to AEW, and 12 hours later, he'd gone scorched earth on everything. So PW Torch's Wade Keller has reported that only a handful of AEW's top stars actually want CM Punk back in the promotion and to work with him should something like that happen. Apparently Keller refers to the group as the mass majority as those people who don't want him back. One source indicating that only 1 or 2 of the company's top half want the veteran to return. So, FTR then. Some younger AEW wrestlers would want to work with Punk, although Punk has problems with Mox Jericho, MJF, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and of course Hangman Adam Page. Keller noted that Punk is the exception to the AEW's locker room state of, quote, peaceful coexistence, and that whole Instagram post only made things worse.
Yeah, I think day after day, the chances of this man coming back slip. And John Moxley is on the sessions with Renee today, and he's going to talk about CM Punk, apparently. Did you miss this?
I did not know this.
All right, that's coming today, so if there's anything incendiary in it, and we're still in the office, we might make a video about it, we'll see. But yeah, that it sounds like that's going to make it even worse.
Wait a second. When has John Moxley ever said anything, controversial on a podcast?
This is it. What was it he called Kevin Dunn in his book? I can't remember, but it was very rude.
Yeah.
It was very rude.
It wasn't top bloke Kevin Dunn.
No, and to be fair, Kevin Dunn probably deserves it.
Yeah. He'll be crying into his money, I'm sure, as we say that.
Exactly, like the multi-10-time millionaire or whatever. If you like watching bonfires, it's been a fun ride. I do like watching bonfires. I also like good wrestling, so it's like a bittersweet thing this across the board.
I want Punk back in the wrestling ring, baby.
I want him back in the ring. I think that if they did that, half the roster would quit.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not the best move. But yeah, we
Bring him home.
Bring him
home. First opponent for Cody after WrestleMania.
Well, there you go.
It could be
There you go.
I think now's the most likely out of the last 10 years, basically, isn't it? That he could return to
since he
WWE.
left.
And I know obviously it's not if Vince was in charge, it wasn't going to happen. But now Triple H is. He always got on with it.
Oh yeah, they're well known for being great mates.
But it's one of those things where Triple H could point to look where Cody was when he left and when he brought him back and blah blah blah. And we'll bring you in and WrestleMania. We got 2 nights now. That's twice as many main events you could potentially wrestle it. I don't know, but I'm always going to hold a candle for CM Punk because it's just carnage. And as we always say, he's putting our kids through college. So
I think he's done, brother. I think
probably.
He's done. I think that's it.
Doesn't stop us putting him in thumbnails.
I know, certainly doesn't. Keep eating out on that man's
Yeah.
image. Anyway, CM Punk. Hall of Fame, new inductee.
Oh!
Stacy Keibler.
Great!
There you go. This was announced yesterday. It was revealed in People! People! All caps. People! Stacy Keibler had a wee comment here. She said, I never thought I would be in the Hall of Fame, to be honest. I was completely shocked when I got the call. I had tears in my eyes. My husband's coming. My husband's family's coming. My family, my kids. We have friends coming from LA, from Austin, so it's really exciting. Because a lot of these people didn't get to see me in action. I get tears in my eyes every time with a tear in my eye. How am I going to keep it together? I got to keep it together. That's nice. That's really nice.
Just lovely, this.
Yeah.
It's just really nice. She was one of the main people that was around when I was growing up watching wrestling. She joins Mysterio, Muta, Kaufman. Is that it?
Is that it? Are we forgetting
I do
anyone?
apologise if I've missed someone else out there. Victoria should be going in. But,
There you go. Yeah, you'll have to shout at that for another year, brother.
I'm going to try and accost her again at this year's
She'll
WrestleMania.
get in there, man.
Yeah, she'll be in there eventually. But yeah, good for Stacy Keibler. Really happy for her. And like you say, not just her for her career going in, family stuff. That's just nice. It's just nice.
Your family get to see you doing something wrestling related because she entered she was really young when she entered WCW and was like a Nitro Girl and like Miss Hancock and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then she was in WWE and she left the wrestling business, obviously, again, super young. So like a lot of people who are close to her would not have seen that live and in the flesh because it was ages ago. So yeah, good for Stacy. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, be nice, don't be lewd.
Yeah.
How about that?
Don't be a
Comment
loser.
section.
A loser. Or I'll throw legume at you. Got plenty.
Beans.
Yeah. Lentils. Mung beans.
Mung beans.
Shouts to Creed. There you go.
Let's conclude by talking about belt stuff, Andy. Wrestle votes. Told Give Me Sport. It's that Mega Powers combo again between the two of them. Apparently the cop Torrent Prize.
The cop.
Rearrange those words.
Big boss man's back, baby. Bobby Cannon.
The current. Hey, son's in NXT doing great guns.
There you go.
And trying to nut, I think, is basically the storyline with him. Anyway, the current top prize in WWE, of course, the undisputed WWE Universal Championships, all the belts held by Roman Reigns. The company has now approved a new world title design that could be introduced imminently. I'll just read this. There's a new belt. I don't know for sure if it's getting a new name. I don't know if one of the titles is going away, but there's a new belt that WWE has made and the decision makers have approved. Like if they wanted to, they could introduce it on TV tomorrow. They could. Those boxes are checked.
That's a really good New York City accent there.
I don't know why that happened.
Marshall votes.
Benroy, put up on the screen the Roman Reigns Susan Twitter account custom belt because oh my god, that's what I want to see when Cody wins it.
Is that the one that was doing the rounds the other day? Like
I hope
close
so.
up with the American. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm in favor of this new title belt design. Yeah, like I've gotten used to like the current one with just a massive logo on it. But new fresh stuff is cool and aesthetics are important. So, yeah, cool, good.
Drop another $6,000 on it. Or they put his face on it.
Like the flipping Fiend. Oh boy. Let's go. Why don't you just bring back the Fiend belt? It was perfect. What was wrong with that? Name one thing.
Cody's won the big one. It's what his dad always wanted to hold up.
It's the flipping. Well, the Fiend is gonna mess with the main event, like
He's going to commit it. Nightmares. A video is out now, isn't it?
Came out
last night. Then.
So nightmares that could come true. Fiend going WrestleMania 10. Not something you ever thought you'd hear, but
And myself, Andy Murray, and Michael Sidgwick are going to sit down a little bit later on to record what needs to happen at WrestleMania with a slightly more serious tone from me, perhaps.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm going to talk about The Fiend on that too.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from several Kenobis, who says, I'll get this in now because I'll be asleep by the time the news comes out. Smart for our American fans.
Good thinking.
That Bloodline Goodfellas spoof ending, by the way, one of the only good ones they've done this year, but excellent.
So I didn't watch it. I was sitting there watching Raw this morning, and I was like, well, these have not been great so far, so I'm skipping this.
The only good one.
So you'll have to fill in the blanks.
It works. So it's the Goodfellas sketch. How am I funny? Funny how like a clown.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman just goes, and then he'll be like, ha ha ha. And then Roman Reigns like glasses a waiter, basically.
Oh, okay.
But then Solo Sikoa does a sort of serious, you're funny. Like, and there's a little moment between the two of them. And obviously in the film, it's like, ah, but there was...
A little tension.
Yeah.
A little tension.
So several Kenobis asks, do you see this leading somewhere? I don't think necessarily they're going to use that as the catalyst.
Yeah.
Like when they were filming, oh my God, this got a little bit serious. But I think it's a clue to potentially what we could see Roman Reigns doing in the future.
Yeah, it's a little nibble, isn't it? If they're differing from the scene, then they probably did that on purpose to plant a seed in your mind. So I don't necessarily know. There you go. Plant a legume in your shroom. I don't necessarily think that they're going to kickstart a story from it right away, but it'll be the kind of thing that a year from now, if they do something between them, people will rightly be able to go, oh, remember that? Remember that little Easter egg from a while ago?
Yeah, I think it's universally accepted that, well, A, Roman has to drop the title at WrestleMania, and B, after that, he's going to go away for a bit. Personally, I'll have him back at SummerSlam to fight Jey Uso, because that's money.
Yeah.
And then Solo Sikoa as a down-the-road match. Yes, please. If The Rock can't be arsed or is too tired or whatever.
I think he's spending too much energy trying to convince the world that Black Adam was a success, actually.
Did you see your man from Shazam saying John Wick's not a good film compared to the new Shazam?
Oh my goodness. Ewan Patterson will eat that person alive.
I'm just waiting. I'm just refreshing at Ewan's feed. At Ewan ruins things?
Yeah, that's it. He's going to ruin Shazam.
He said, oh yeah, I got it initially. He was like, oh, it's a family film, Shazam, so don't go and see John Wick 4. And then he inexplicably said, ours is a better film as well. Okay. Oh, mate.
Which one of the John Wick films? Was it the third one that ended with the big man going, are you pissed off, John? Because I'm pissed off. It's like the hardest movie ending of all time.
Halle Berry shows up with the dogs.
I think that's the second one.
I need to rewatch them.
I like all of them. But like I watched them quite close together, so they all kind of went into one. But they're all good.
I rewatched the bit just the other day. You know, like I keep watching like random film clips on YouTube. Just the bit where the mafia boss in the first one goes to his son. He's like, good luck, mate.
Yeah, see you later. It's Theon Greyjoy, isn't it? Yeah, eat it.
And your man goes, rings someone up and goes, why did you hit my son? And he goes, oh, he killed John Wick's dog. He's like, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stole his car and killed his dog. You're an idiot!
He had his willy chopped off, so, like, you know, he's had a hard time. Ramsay Snow.
For some reason, I was trying to think, when did John Wick do that?
Ramsay Snow?
Yeah?
Ramsay...
Bolton. That's the one.
Yeah, he got legitimized, then got eaten by dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, how did they f that up? Anyway.
I actually liked the last season. Sue me. I don't view TV through a critical lens, so I just have a good time.
Exactly.
I don't
That's
go,
the way to do it.
Yeah, I don't go, the writing or whatever. No, I'm a casual fan. Like many talk about wrestling. This has gone off the rails.
Right, let's go bring it back with...
we can't bring it back.
Pure Michigan girl who writes, hi, Adam Wilborn, Andy Murray. At WrestleMania 39 Night 2, do you think Cody Rhodes will get his extra long and dramatic entrance with the spotlight and the elevated platform from his days in AEW? This is the news. The H stands for Hoop starring Robin Williams. Hook's one of the greatest films of all time. Great shout.
Fair enough. Good shout. Yes, I think he'll have the dumbest entrance of all time, and it's going to be great. Cody said earlier or last week that they were going to break the record for pyro. So there'll be loads of pyro, crazy amount. There'll be lasers, there'll be robots, drones, aliens, the elevator.
The Terminator one that they had.
Yeah, I want everyone, man. I want Brandy. I want Pharaoh, but after the fireworks, obviously, don't subject the dog to that. Actually, can you have the dog in the building? Probably not. Leave Pharaoh at home. Leave Pharaoh at home.
Just a live feed of Pharaoh having a nice time somewhere else.
I want him to drive his bus to the ring.
On the road to WrestleMania.
Yes, it comes up the ramp. The bus comes up the elevator with Gangrel fire.
Like Homer's car.
And then halfway down, it turns into a monster truck. And
Transformers tie-in.
Amazing. And then like he's on a hoverboard. He's already crying. By the way, by the time he comes out, already crying. He's got a new tattoo of his face over his face.
Like Steve-O on his back.
But on his face.
Very
Yeah,
good.
there you go. Like, perfect. Make it the most
love it.
He is such a silly man,
Yes.
Cody Rhodes, and I'm looking forward to his entrance. It's great.
Thought the main event last night was brilliant, by the way, as well. A hell of a build to WrestleMania. I nearly blacked out when Cody Rhodes turned up last year, you know? I forgot to breathe. I went, ah! What am I meant to do now? Oh, God, breathe.
It's the eel.
Brian Vedig? How are we saying that?
Brian.
Says, hello,
Wedig.
legends. Picture the scene, Andy. It's WrestleMania. You're in Gorilla. You're fit. You run in. You accept LA Knight and his open challenge. But you've never wrestled for WWE, so what's your ring name and what's your theme tune?
Frank Bastard is my ring name.
Okay.
Frank Bastard or Wally Balls. Take your pick. What's my entrance theme is Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by Culture Club? Because no, you don't. Because I'm adorable. There you go.
I'm going to always stick with the entrance theme that I have whenever we do pretend wrestling entrances at my mate's house because he's got a doorway with lights built into it.
Yeah.
So it's All of the Lights by Kanye West because it's one of the best
lights.
entrance themes ever.
Yeah.
And I've got a wrestler name generator here, and I think I like the name Dimitri Fender Bender Rodriguez. But also you've got Butch Boogie Nights Miller, and then you could bring in Simon as our partner because he's going to have to do all the work probably.
There you go, yeah. Butch Boogie Nights Miller.
One more, generate
Yeah,
another
go
one
on
for you.
then.
Generate.
Hit me.
Falcon, Superman, and Guyan.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, wait a second. Ivan Bone Daddy Canyon.
Tony Bone.
Obviously.
Could be Tony Bone.
Could do King of the Mic.
Got you, pal. Didn't even need to eel you
even
it.
get a
What
second.
about Neil the Eel McNeil?
What's your...
Music. The eel song from Mighty Bush. There you are. Boom. Was it from Mighty Bush? I think so.
Yeah.
One of them weird TV
One of
shows.
those weird guys.
Yeah,
One of those weird dudes.
the weird guys.
Let's move on to today's and finally, because I've been looking forward to this.
Phil Collins remix. I can eel it coming in the air tonight. There you go. Idiots. Why do people watch this shit? We're losers.
Why do people watch it? Why do people go to such ridiculous extents? Like Jonathan Rivera. Thank you, Jonathan.
Shouts to Jonathan.
He tweeted us saying he went to Raw last night. He said, crossed a huge item off my bucket list by attending Raw in the front row. That's amazing.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. That's awesome.
Unfortunately, I was told there was no signs in my section, despite there totally being signs in my section. So it didn't make TV, but I got it back at the end. He was there with his best friend, right? It's me. It's big me head. Jonathan, thank you so much for this, but I'm not surprised. They went, you cannot take that in there. It's too sexy.
Yeah, I mean, it would detract from Cody Rhodes, that, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. It's a mustache as well.
It's the mustache.
Oh boy. Oh, almost fell off the chair there. All right.
Jonathan, that's incredible.
That is silly. I'm into it. Good
Yes.
stuff, Jonathan. Well done.
More of that sort of thing over WrestleMania, please,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get a picture of this guy, if you can get a picture of this guy's face,
Yeah, get the eel.
get the eel somewhere in the crowd, I will. What will we do? We'll do something nice. We'll give you like free questions on the news. Video,
Yeah,
or, like,
exactly.
We'll give you a shout out. We'll do a cameo. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Get the eel on WrestleMania.
And if you get my face on WrestleMania, I'll give you money. So there you go. Just straight up cash.
That's not coming out of the wrestling budget, let me tell you, brother.
Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from. The Daily Wrestling Podcast. Myself and the Dudley Boys sitting down to review Monday Night Raw and look ahead to the go-home episode of NXT 2.0. Yo! A little bit later on today. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that good stuff at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there. You can follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray
at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 45, Hoop Circuit. Hoop 45, Johnny 5, Short Circuit, Hoop Circuit. Define.
Cody Rhodes might have touched that.
Cody Rhodes, yep.
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Please come back.